Welcome to the Thousand Trails Indian Lakes, also known as the KOA Journey. There is a family of geese, little babies and all in a line. There's a nice lake here where you can kayak and swim, and also drag some chairs and get some sun on the beach, or spread out a towel. They even have a slide that you can slide down into the water. If you like to fish, this is a good place to do it. There's a beautiful gazebo that you can look over the lake or look onto the beach. So your gazebo here has electric, water, a trash receptacle. So lots to do here at the beach. You can kayak, you can fish, play in the sand, slide down the slide, or go swimming. There's a lot of permanent sites on the lake where you can have your own boat slip. They've created a nice sand volleyball court, and it's right next to the beach. Pretty cool to be playing volleyball and looking over that lake. Might be distracting though. There is a bathhouse right beside the beach, so if you want to shower out, you'll find both trash and recyclable bins throughout the park. The rose bushes are just stunning. We have some fully bloomed, some just blooming, and some buds. Look at all those buds getting ready to burst open. The golf course has 9 holes, and it has a little road for your golf cart, and you can come back here on the very end of the personal area site and play around the golf. In the center of the road, there is a nice memorial to all military branches of service. There are several small ponds on the property where you can fish, catch and release, and there's no fishing license required here. There's an activity room and the first pool that is here with plenty of parking. There's a kiddie pool and a full-size pool back here, but it doesn't get as much activity since the new one was built. Very nice that they have 2 huge usable pools, a splash pad and a kiddie pool. Kudos to Indian Lakes. I like this pool better because you can look over the water and it's a little bit quieter. The old pool, they also have tons of loungers. There's plenty of room for you, and especially since a lot of the people like to go to the new pool, this is a little quieter over here, and it's by the pond. If you don't want to walk to any of these amenities, there is plenty of parking. They have a nice large pool here, and right beside it for the kiddios, or if you're young at heart, maybe you like this kind of thing, they have a splash pad. The pool hours here are noon to 8 p.m. The water looks so clear and beautiful. Let's just stick a toe in there and see how warm it is. Woo, feels pretty good. Nice. There are plenty of lounge chairs here and a few areas for some shade. I'm sure on the weekend you'll have to come out here pretty early to get into the shade. They have 1 table and umbrella within the pool area. 800 sites. I'm sure it gets pretty crowded here. It's very interesting here. There are steps on each side of the pool. Instead of the length of the pool getting deeper, it is the width of the pool that gets deeper from 3, 4, and 5 feet. At the splash pool, there is a beach area so that it eases your children into the water, and it's much safer. The water goes from 1 foot to 1 foot 6 inches. There's a nice patio right outside the pool area where you can bring food, sit and chill, and then go back inside the pool area if you want. There is a nice pet playground here, Indian Lakes Dog Park. You have an entryway and plenty of seating for the pets, humans. I think there's more shaded area for the pets, humans at the playground for pets than there is at the pool for the kiddos. It's a pretty nice open area for the pets to run around in. Get some socialization and play with other pets as well. If you are ready for some inside games, need to get into the shade or out of the rain, they also have a room for you. The rec room is closed, but is open for scheduled activities. So there are a few scheduled activities that are going on. They do pass out a monthly calendar if you're interested. At the rec area, you'll find a community fire pit, a pavilion by the water that has plenty of picnic tables and electricity if you want to have an activity under the pavilion. There are several gazebos throughout the park, and I have to say most of the areas are definitely accessible. They have ramps where it's not flat. There is a huge field where there is something for everyone. Let's check it out and see what you can get into. Volleyball must be the sport of choice here. There is a sand volleyball court next to the lake, and then there's one here in the field. If you get tired from playing volleyball, or there are extra people on your team and you're waiting your turn, they have benches here for you as well. Is basketball your game of choice? They have a nice full court basketball area. Beside all the activities, they have provided you tables and umbrellas along with grills to go ahead and have a night of grilling while the kids are playing on their different activities. There's a large playground here, complete with swings, slides, and places to climb. Are you adults ready? There's even an outdoor activity center for you. So let's get your exercise on out in the beautiful sunlight. You can come up here and have a cornhole tournament if you want. If horseshoes is your game, you have 4 rows of horseshoes. When you register, they'll give you a guest services guide, which is a map to the park. The park has over 800 sites, but there are certain ones that we can park in. And what they do is they circle them on this map. Of course, when you turn to the 4th page, we are not allowed to go to any of these sites that are here. This campground in Batesville, Indiana belongs to Thousand Trails and KOA Like. We'll show you how you check in to each one of them. When you first come in, you'll see this sign. If you are a Thousand Trails member, you're going to take your RV and head straight into the check-in office. And if you're a KOA camper, you're going to turn right and go to the camp store where the office for KOA registration is located. It's a pretty big camp store, along with a place to get some fuel. However, right now, fuel is unavailable. I'm not sure how long that will be, but it looks like it's been unavailable for a long time at the prices I see on the tank. So they have a few necessities inside of the store. It's nice to have a camp store on site sometimes. What'd you find really good?
Sanitation gloves.
Those better than the ones we have?
It doesn't say what the size is. Usually it's one size fits all, but not me.
You got the big
Big
hands.
hands. You know what they say about guys with big hands?
You campfire colors, and they're out. That's a popular thing to get. So if you forgot your fishing pole, you can get bait, live bait, your fishing pole, everything you need right here.
Does it come with fish? No way I'm getting one.
You can even get fresh dipped ice cream here.
Oh, yeah.
We're going with a cone and some coffee. Oh, cold brew coffee.
Ooh.
How's that taste?
Oh, this is nasty. You shouldn't get this, but I have to eat it.
Really? Yeah, I may have to put another scoop on that in a minute. If you are coming in as a Thousand Trails member, come straight to the gatehouse. You'll stay on the left side of the gate, enter into the office, pick up your packet, and go on into the campsite. After you go through the gate, past the office, you will see a KOA campground sign. This is straight ahead. This is also the way you're going to go to your Thousand Trail sites as well. On your left, as you're coming through the gate, the first road is going to take you to the golf course and all the personal sites that are on the campground. I'll give you just a quick peek sneak at the personal sites since we do have to go through them to get to the golf course. They're very spacious and well kept. From the gate, if you stay straight, you're going to see phase 2, where you're going to turn right to the older part of the park, and it divides from Thousand Trails on the right to KOA on the left. And this is the Thousand Trail site on the right, which seems to have more annual residents as well as people staying here. The KOA sites have graveled areas. They come with grills. A lot of them have padded places for the picnic table, as well as fire pits. Phase 2 Thousand Trails site, they are also graveled. They have picnic tables. Some have concrete pads and some do not. Most of them come with a fire pit as well. Some of them are back in, and a few of them are pull-throughs. A few of them are 50 amp, most are 30 amp. You'll have to drive around to find the one you want. However, I think KOA will bring you in. And watch out for the few that are bagged, unavailable for parking. Very few of the sites in phase 2 have full hookups, so you will not find a lot that have a sewer. But don't worry if you don't get a sewer site. Right between the road that turns to the KOA and the Thousand Trails, there's a pretty nice dump station. It does have KOA on it, but it is available for Thousand Trails and KOA members alike. I like the water hose. It's in a container, so it's easy to adjust. Remember, like every other dump station, this is not potable drinking water. There are 2 dump stations here, side by side. In between the KOA and the Thousand Trails Phase 2 area, there is a bathhouse for women, men, and there's also a laundry room. Your laundry room here is open 24 hours. These washing machines are swipe or slide to pay, so you can use your app. Very nice. I like the ones you can use your app, but they are also quarters if you need to use quarters. There are 4 of them. There is a nice laundry sink in here as well to rinse out items. They use the Jets service app, and if you're not familiar with that, they have a step-by-step poster here for you. The washing machines cost $1.75. There are 4 dryers here as well, at the cost of $1.75 each. If you like to fold your laundry at the laundromat, there's a table for you as well as a place to hang your clothes. If you're not sure what to do in the area, there are some pamphlets here for you as well on the laundromat. You have 5 sinks. You'll find that there is 1 handicap sink, which is really nice to get a wheelchair under. There are several stalls in here, and they have a nice big handicap stall as well. There are 4 showers here in the shower room between the KOA and the Thousand Trails. They have a little changing room inside, as well as a shower curtain and a place to hang your towel. There is also a huge handicap shower in here. It's got a wide door for you to get in, as well as handles and a seat to make access and showering much easier. Out on the main road between the KOA and the Thousand Trails, there are plenty of dumpsters for you to dispose your trash in. These new sites are pretty nice. There's not very many of them, so come in early or park and keep checking for one if you want one of these cool new sites. This place is pretty much, I would say, almost 85 to 90% annuals or personal sites. These do stay quite full. It's easier to get a site in phase 2 than it is here, but it's not impossible. These 3 rows are next to the pool. They're really nice. The handicap sites are absolutely huge here, and they have several of them. They're usually on the corners. They look like they could host 2 campers, and they have full hookups as well as concrete pads. Along with the new section comes a new bathhouse. There's a laundry facility here. It has 3 washing machines and 3 dryers. These also are no coins required. You can use coins, or you can use the Jets service on your phone. It's a nice little folding table and a sink, and it looks like some people are leaving things to be given away. I do like checking out the new bathrooms when they're made. They have 3 sinks and 3 mirrors, 4 shower stalls, and a ADA compliant shower stall. There's definitely plenty of room in here to take a shower, and a big enough changing area for sure. There are 5 stalls, and one of them is ADA, and each area is pretty large. There are plenty of cabins to rent, at least in this area. There are 52 of them. So we found a full hookup on our first try. It is in phase 2, not the new section, but if we find full hookup and it meets our needs, we're quite fine. We have a smaller yard than if you went in the new section, but I like that. Kind of RV because I like small things. Now, we don't have a fire pit over here, but that's okay. We usually do. We do have a picnic table. Now, our electric is a little wonky in the fact that it is on the wrong side and the pole is crooked. 50, 20, and 30 amps. We are at 2,101. This site is a pull-through site. There is plenty of room for Rocky to pull right behind Bullwinkle. There are not very many hookups in phase 2 that are full hookups, but we got one, so we just stayed put. This is quite interesting. I hadn't seen this before. I guess they put in 300-gallon tanks from what I was told, and then they come and they pump out the 300-gallon tanks to give you a sewer site. Phew, this is a big place. I haven't seen you throughout this tour at all. So I thought I'd drop in and say hi and hope you enjoyed the tour. It's a big campground and lots of amenities. The campground does not accept packages, but you can have them sent general delivery to the Morris, Indiana post office. It's a cute little tiny thing. You might miss it, so be careful when you're driving here. Now that's one awesome guitar planter. If you like fresh cuts of meat, there is a meat market just about 10 minutes up the road called Langen in Batesville. It's been here since 1924. We're gonna try some of their Geta breakfast meat. We purchased a couple of meats at Langen Meats in Batesville. We purchased what's called Goetta, which is a German sausage, and they make it homemade there. So we're gonna try it out this morning. Oh, and they sliced it right there for us. We're going to pan fry a few slices of that for breakfast this morning. This is my first time ever cooking this. Or eating it. Excited about seeing how it tastes. Let's flip them over and see how they're cooking. Looks like they kind of fall apart pretty easy. Oh, very nice. Looks good. The ultimate test is how Fred likes it. When you're pan frying it, I notice there's not a lot of grease there. Very little grease at all. So Fred, what do you think of the Goetta?
Reminds me of Scrapple, but let's see what it tastes like. That's better than Scrapple. It's got a nice, like a nutty taste almost.
That's because they use oats in it, or other sausages don't do that.
Darn, it's oatmeal.
I love flowers. They're so beautiful, especially when they're just gently flowing in the breeze. Check it out. These are absolutely gorgeous.
Camping season is official.
All right, it's time for the Indian Lakes Cellular Service Report. Well, couldn't find any AT&T or Verizon up there by the lakes. So that kind of makes T-Mobile the default winner at 82.3 down. And of course, 3.84 up. So at least there was something out there. There is complimentary Wi-Fi available at the rec center. I measured that at 135.33 kilobytes per second download. Now, I didn't pay for it, so usually it looks pretty good at the beginning, and when you buy it, it turns to mush. So, just my own personal experience. That's why I have 3 hotspots. So, anyway, there you go. You can get a little bit of internet, but there's so much to do. Get out of the vehicle and go have some fun. Yeah, this was a really nice campground. Really enjoyed it. We'll definitely be back. So, talk to you next time.